All right, what's up, my friends? Welcome. Jumpstart Historic Horizons top 5 list for blue cards. And this is blue cards that are going to be new to Arena and top 5 and how they're going to affect the historic format in Arena. Let's roll. Number 5 is Thought Monitor. And this card's been awesome in Modern. Super cool affinity card. Combination of Thoughtcast with a creature. Super great. 7 mana for a 2/2 flyer. It sounds bad, but it's affinity for artifacts. And I believe this is the first affinity card we're going to see on Arena. Has flying, comes into play, draws 2. Now, the only limiting factor to Thought Monitor is how many good artifacts are there. They've been slowly creeping in the artifacts as the sets go on. And there are a decent number of artifact cards both in this set as well as already in the format through various means. We also got an artifact land in Dungeons & Dragons, Treasure Cove or whatever it is. So that's pretty awesome. So the kind of card that might not make an immediate impact, but is very, very good. And any artifact deck is going to start with this card if they are going to see play in some way. We also see this in Modern alongside the food engines as well. A little bit different, obviously, with Asmo and so on and so forth. But just saying, it's there, it's possible, and Thought Monitor is a super, super sweet card. My number 5 card for Jumpstart Historic Horizons in blue. Moving on to number 4. We have Hard Evidence. And the blue Thraben Inspector. 1 blue sorcery, make a crab, investigate. It looks so innocent, but so does Thraben Inspector. And just like Thraben Inspector being a creature is really important for white decks because you can pump it up with Values Lieutenant, you can Aether Violet. Hard Evidence being a sorcery for blue decks is also huge. So you're playing Arclight Phoenix. This card will block early creatures as well as drawing cards later. Puts a sorcery in your graveyard. It just does a number of decent things for 1 mana, while also being card neutral. And the blocker matters too. The creatures aren't really that big in Historic, so that 0/3 can block and gain 2 to 4 life in the early game, which is pretty cool as well. So not a card I think we'll see a ton of play, but a lot more impactful than it looks. Super cool card. I'm actually wondering to myself if this is a cube card or not. I've seen this card now in some cubes. Kind of like, ooh, that's kind of cool. And yes, super, super awesome with Transmogrify and Luca. Indomitable Creativity, cards that have been seeing play in Historic already. Like Creativity is one of the better cards in the format. So another excellent enabler for that, which is super cool. Just a super solid card. It's going to see a decent amount of play. This is the kind of card that looks really innocent, very easy to gloss over, look at a spoiler, but it's going to see a good amount of play. And honestly, has a chance to see the most play of all the cards on this list, but not necessarily going to be as impactful. So Hard Evidence, number 4 for blue Jumpstart Historic Horizons. Moving on, we're going to go on to Bizarre Trade Mage, a card that is a homage to one of the most powerful cards in Magic in Bizarre Baghdad. It's a 3/4 flyer for 3, which is pretty good. Comes into play, draw 2, discard 3. Now, the big thing about this card is 2 big things, actually. One is it's a direct facilitator for Hollow 1. And we saw some blue-red Hollow 1 decks occasionally in Modern. Never really took off because it was not really good enough there. But I think in Historic, finding ways to make Hollow 1 good is pretty awesome. And this is a really, really good one. You get to play a 3/4 flyer on turn 3. No random discard here. So you get to keep the Hollow ones, discard the crappy cards you don't want, and then play your Hollow ones on turn 3 as well, which is super awesome. I really like cards like this being put into Historic because we're seeing them in a different context, whereas in Modern, this card's not really good enough. It's a little bit short, but I think it is actually a very good card and does a lot of really, really cool things. The other big thing is there's a lot of Madness cards in this set, like a lot, and I think Madness is there. I think Madness is a very, very powerful mechanic, and they printed a lot of cards for it in Historic Horizons and otherwise, and this is a great Madness enabler. Imagine discarding this and just discarding one of the Root Wallas, maybe a Fiery Temper, Hollow ones, cards you want in the graveyard anyway, flashback cards, just a lot of cool things you can do. Card's super sweet. I like it a lot. I think this card's going to see a surprising amount of play, given how little it's seen in Modern, and I'm pumped for this one. I'm very pumped for this one. Number 3, Bizarre Trade Mage. Number 2. I know, it's not Mod Monday, it's Wednesday right now, and the Merfolk are here. Of Sea and Sky. Honestly, one of the best Merfolk ever printed. Most Merfolk are very bad by themselves. Lord of Atlantis is a Grizzly Bear. It's Curse Characters a 1/1. But blue 1 for a 3/4 that draws a card on attack is already not that bad, And then it has indestructible if you control multiple Merfolk. Gives your Merfolk ward. I mean, this is one of the first really individually powerful cards. Not Lord of Atlantis. Master, no. I can't think of card names today. I'm sorry. The other Lord of Atlantis is also in this set, as well as a 1 or 2 other Merfolk. That's there already are also a lot of Merfolk in the format as well. So clearly, Merfolk could be a thing here. And if it is, this is the linchpin card for the deck. It is, oh, it's Thursday? It's Thursday, whatever. I don't freaking know what day it is. So very, very powerful card. It's obviously very clearly only for Merfolk decks, but Match the Pearl Trident. Thanks, DMT. Appreciate that. But yeah, with Company, this is a great Company hit. Unstep Company, untap. This card is really, really powerful. It's undeniably powerful. Really, really powerful card. Obviously limited in scope to Merfolk decks, but could be the card that brings Merfolk into playability in a Stork, as the deck has not really been playable otherwise. But our number one card for Stork in Jumpstart Stork Horizons is Archmage's Charm. A card I'm a little surprised about, honestly. This card is really, really, really good. Sees a good amount of play in Modern, which of course is a very, very powerful format. Blue, 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 instant. Choose one. We have Counterspell. We have Draw 2. Or we can steal non-land permanents. Don't forget, that's a real ability, like stealing Death Shadow and things like that. This card's really freaking powerful. The ability to have both Counterspell up and your card draw spell up at the same time, then the ability to be able to say, well, you didn't cast a spell I want on a counter, I'm just going to draw 2 cards instead, is phenomenal. Absolutely awesome control card. Although, again, very, very cool seeing this card in the context of a new format, because one of the biggest control cards right now is Lightning Helix, and this card does not play very well with Lightning Helix without fetch lands. So, card super awesome. Going to be a huge player in control decks in Historic, and not much else to say. Just a really, really good card. It is obviously a little hard to cast, but put your Triomes in, get your dual lands going, and the card is just really, really good. Very, very good card, and will only get better as more and more better 1-drops are added to the format. Archmage's Charm is our number 1 card for blue here at Jumpstart Historic Horizons. Top 5 cards. Do the rest of the colors as well. YouTube folks love you. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think is the best card. Am I right? Am I wrong? Let me know. YouTube love you. Like, comment, subscribe. Appreciate it. I'll see you in the next one, which is going to be black.